remember, I'm Sitara Fe. But remember that when you watch these videos is perfectly fine. It does not around the time that this moon happened or to incredibly powerful and incredibly potent, and I believe designed for you to find them right exactly when you find them. So trust that you are in good hands here. Welcome, welcome. If this is your first time, get ready. I do highly suggest having a glass of water, maybe even just a piece of chocolate, and a notebook or journal to jot down anything that comes through for you. We're going to be here for about 90 minutes. So the transmission is about 45 minutes or so long, maybe a little bit longer. And then at the end, we're going to go ahead and continue to be in the space because that transmission energy can be very, very, very strong. So I'm going to stay on and just do some subtle Q&As or even just lightly, gently bring us back into our body. So feel free to stay all the way to the end. I highly, highly, highly recommend that. If you do decide that you want to hop off, that's fine. You are your own person, my friend. But I do recommend staying to the end so that you can really ground and be present in your body. And if you want to tune out and just go into a journaling mode or whatever that be, just know that being in the container is really the best thing that we can do for ourselves. So with that, my sweet, sweet loves, I know that we've got more people hopping on, but let's go ahead and just simply start with the prayer. I really like to start with this prayer. I'll give you a little bit of background on this. The prayer was actually something that we created and wrote with the first Earth Angels program. This was a yearly mastermind program that I used to lead. It was very high level. It was so fun. We had 8 people in it, and during our first retreat, this was back in 2016, we decided to word by word, very intentionally create and design this prayer. And so this prayer has been something that we've all been using to be able to create this space. And so when I say create this space, we're working in a space that is in no time and no space. You're here watching me live. I am not where you are. And if you're watching the replay, we're not even watching this at the same time. Yet you will feel the container. You will feel the energetic frequency of what it is that we are creating here together that is really going to bridge an entirely new field of awareness for you of what's possible when we get into the quantum field and the quantum realm. So the reason that I like to set the prayer, because the prayer sets the intention for the container. It also gives me the opportunity to really ground into my body and just set that connection of like, okay, here we go. There's something for me inside that connects. Okay, beautiful. Christine, you're sitting on the beach in Australia, opening your heart. So much is going on. There is so much going on. There is so much going on in the world. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that what we are doing here is we are activating the conduits between realms. Hi, Kat. Thank you so much. Yes, the prayer does soothe my soul as well. We are the conduits between realms. What that means is that we are physical. We have to eat. We have to buy toilet paper, something I like to call the logistics of being human, just to giggle about it a little bit. But we are connected, right, in the material world. We can pick things up and move them in a very different way than maybe Archangel Michael can pick something up in our room and move it. It's a little bit different. So what we want to look at, as we are the conduits between realms, what we're seeing is that our energy body is actually a transmitter. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Tara. Welcome, welcome. Let me go ahead and shift the lighting a little bit. We are the conduits between realms. So we have these multi-dimensional energetic bodies. This is your infinite light source. This is the part of you that leaves your body when you die. This is your soul, right? So that soul is living inside of you. It's alive, it's breathing, it's a part of your whole existence. And breathing might be the wrong word. But ultimately what I'm speaking to and what I'm speaking about is that there's a part that is moving the engine of the body, right? There's a part that is shifting the energy. There's a part that is actually interacting and setting the commands. It's more than just your brain. It's more than just your brain. It's being connected to and following your heart. It's allowing that center of heart space to be open, to be clear. A lot of people don't like being in their heart because there's so much pain there. And so what we need to do, and what has been the theme for me in these last couple of weeks, and usually when I experience something for a couple of weeks, that's what I start teaching about. It's like I get the lessons, and then that's what I bring through for the people that are ready to hear those specific transmissions. And that's what I've learned, that by being in this role, that's generally what happens. So when we give ourselves the time and opportunity to sit and be present with our multidimensional selves, our energetic being, our soul, our infinite nature, our immortal self that is living inside of us at all times. It's not somewhere else that we need to go searching and finding it. And that's what the 7 Weeks to Embody Your Higher Self course is about, is it brings you into that direct connection and direct resonance with that internal piece of yourself, that internal part, that when you connect your conscious brain, your thinking mind, into that higher self connection, into that higher self awareness, so many things in your world start changing. So many things in your world start changing. And that's when you really start to learn that you can't go back, you can't unlearn. I started this path in my early 20s after I got my degree in psychology, because I realized that psychology only focused on mind and body. And I was in Northern California, a very, very liberal school, and they still looked at what they called transpersonal psychology as woo-woo. And so they actually didn't give credit or validity to the human experience. They said memory was fallible. They did not take into account the spirit interaction. And for me, it was like the answer to all the abnormal psychology, multiple personality disorder, schizophrenia, these things that happen in a splintered, like when the energy body splinters in an experience of trauma, that's when these multiple personalities are formed. And it's usually extreme trauma. So psychology couldn't explain that. I was like, there's something missing. So I actually decided to go to a psychic school, a psychic academy, where I trained 5 days a week, 4 to 5 days a week for a year and a half. It was very intense. And that was in my early 20s. And so by connecting with my gifts and my abilities, and part of it was because I was horribly out of control and a highly, highly functioning alcoholic. I was living 2 double lives, and I knew that there was more to life. I had to explore something new. I had to explore something more. And so when I started doing the psychic school and started learning how to access my psychic abilities, which I knew were there since a little girl, I just didn't know what to do with them, or how to, how do we figure it out? That's what I'm here to do. That's why I'm so passionate about it. I needed guidance. I needed to understand why these experiences were happening for me. Why I'd go to a high school party and I'd see someone's dead relative like sitting in the living room. I'm like, okay, this is nuts. And there were parts where I thought I was losing my mind, legitimately. And I had to learn that I wasn't, and that there were more people like me that understood. And once I learned that I was different, I know it sounds funny to say, but I believed, or I thought, that everybody experienced the world the way that I experienced the world. And so one of the biggest realizations that I had was learning that that's not true, and learning that that's not the case. So in being surrounded by people that were like-minded, like-hearted, I could have these conversations with and not be crazy. They'd be like, oh yeah, and this, and this. And so that was very comforting for me. But this is why I'm bringing this up, is that I found that in my early 20s. And once I woke up, I could not go back to sleep. And let me tell you, I tried. I was like, turn the lights off, shut this thing down. I do not want to know. I do not want to see these things. I do not want to have to deal with things at this level. And ultimately what I thought was haha funny about it was that I just wish somebody would have told me. And so I'm telling you in this space of encouragement, go down this path. Explore your higher self. Explore what's there for you. Explore the capabilities that you have that you are not aware of. Explore the multi-dimensional reality. And this is the thing, is that These things exist whether you believe in them or not. And this is what I say to skeptics all the time. It's like, it doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. It doesn't make it not real. It doesn't mean that you actually don't exist in a quantum field. We all exist in a quantum field, whether we believe it or not. So, ha ha ha. We might as well learn how to play the game a little bit better by learning about the energetic, multidimensional field of awareness that we are coexisting in. And so when we are talking about, when I'm saying we are the conduits between realms, this means we have a physical body in the way that our spirit guides do not have physical bodies. So we have physical bodies. So we can actually create, having a battle with a mosquito, we can create in this world and alchemize from the fifth dimension, which is where we see our visualization, our imagination, and that's why this particular new or full moon transmission is so important, because we are in an eclipse. This is an eclipse day, which is powerful. It means the amplification and the spotlight, the magnification is on what we are creating right now, what we are opening our world to, so that we can see more clearly how we're going to be moving forward, and we can be very intentional with how our own little individual hologram of the multiverse, meaning we have our own little energetic container that attracts. This is how the law of attraction works. So inside our own, and sometimes I call it the emotional grid, but it is ultimately, it's our auric field. Sometimes I see it as a box. Sometimes a box is a little bit easier to visualize, or that it's a room where all of our energetic frequencies are stored. And so when we go in and we're very conscious and we're aware of the energy frequencies that we are carrying and that we are storing, it actually gives us more empowerment to be able to shift and change and rearrange how we're actually choosing to move forward, so that we can become conscious co-creators with our reality, with our effortless state of presence. So it's not that things are happening to us, they're happening for us to unpack the bags, to become more aware of our own capabilities, of our own higher self, how we're moving forward in the world, how we're going to be able to tap into new fields of awareness, and to be able to create by the alignment of our own divine purpose, of our own divine intention. So that's what I want to bring to all of us today, is to really be clear in setting the intention that because we're here in this eclipse, I don't like the word portal. Yes, they exist. Yes, they're important. But I feel like the New Age community is just like taken some of these words and just gone rawr with them. At least that's how I feel about it. I don't want to call it a portal, but it is an amplification. There's an amplified energy to what's going on today. There's an amplified energy to what's in the field. So as we are leaning into that, and as we're saying, okay, I'm choosing to be a conscious co-creator with my reality, I'm going to choose that the intentions that I'm setting today in this session, we're doing the work here together, right? You're not going to have homework. We're doing it right now. So I would suggest take your journal out and set your intentions. What do you want the next 6 months of your life to be like? What do you want the next 6 months? What do you want the themes to look like? But more importantly, what do you want to feel like? What do you want to feel like? Open your heart space, open that connection, open your awareness, open your field to divine intelligence, open your heart to the inner truths that are already living inside of you. And when you actually focus on manifesting the feeling, I want to feel joyful. I want to feel financially secure. I want to feel happy. I want to feel in love. I want to feel healthy. I want to feel, and focus on the feeling. What is that feeling that's bringing you in to such a deep sense of awareness within your own self that you are ready to shift into a new field of focus, that you're ready to shift the frequency that you are walking in so much, that you are leaning into so much, that your world actually starts to mirror and match the way that you are feeling. So you feel the sensation of abundance, you feel the sensation of love, you feel the sensation. And when I say sensation, I'm actually meaning you're embodying the energy of it. A sensation is that. What does it feel like? It feels bubbly, it feels light, it feels fun, it feels it feels like it just feels. You focus on the feelings, and as those feelings continue to shine and shine and shine and radiate, that's what you start magnetizing, because that's what you start filling your auric field with. That's what you start filling your emotional grid with. That's what you start filling these things with that bring you into a new state of resonance, that bring you into a new state of being. And so that's what we want to pay attention to. That's what we want to give ourselves permission to feel into. That's what we want to, like, yes, just dig into life and say, I want this for myself. I want to experience these things no matter what's going on in the world. Turn the news off, whatever you can do to just give yourself the solace and the peace so that you can clear things out. Because I can promise you that I had several dreams. It's actually what happened with me, and where I decided to just stop paying so much attention. Obviously, it's important to be aware, but also there's a part of it that's kind of toxic. And that in the dream, it was like, stop drinking the poison, stop drinking the poison, stop drinking the poison. Why are you drinking the poison? Stop drinking the poison. And so I was like, okay, I get it. I focus on what's bringing my inner illumination joy, and part of that is because I feel that my role, my sliver of the universe, is to remind people to be joyful and remind people to be happy and remind people to connect in with that divine center inside of their own heart. That's my role. All these other people have the roles that they have to play the things that they need to do. But right now, for me, to be able to be in the role that I can be to support our world, our globe, everybody emotionally, because that's ultimately what it comes down to. We all want to feel better. We all just want to feel better. We want to feel our emotions more calm, more peace, more resolution, more just ease through all of this. So that's what I'm here to do, is to, yes, bring us into some of these shadows, bring us into the awareness of our strength and our courage and our bravery to show up. And sometimes what that means is that we have to pull back a little bit to peel some of these layers away so we can get to know ourselves a little bit more, so that we know what our stance is. We know that we're thinking clearly for ourselves. We are not being manipulated. We are absolutely tuned in, turned on, tapped in to that high vibrational field of our own conscious choice, our own conscious sovereignty. So yes, thank you for those who are joining live. Welcome, welcome. All right, so themes of intention. If you feel called to type it into the comments, please do. Set your intention, write it out there, put it in the 3D when you get it out of your head and out of your heart and into the world. We are here bearing witness. We will be able to just simply acknowledge, say hi, that is your intention, so that it is not just in here within you. Allow it to be open, allow it to be shared, allow it to be seen. You can be, maybe it's a couple emojis, maybe it's as vulnerable as you want to be, but feel free to use this opportunity to, I'm not going to read them out loud here, but I do want you to feel that you have that spaciousness inside of your own heart to be able to share if you want to share, to be able to witness if you want to be witnessed, to be able to receive that nod of, okay, we're doing this together. And know that we are here supporting in unison to bring people here together. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And as you're setting those intentions, let's go ahead and take a couple of nice, big, deep breaths. It feels really good to me to go ahead and start the transmission. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is to make sure that you can be in a quiet zone, a quiet place. Preferably if you can have your headphones in, have your headphones in. You can put an eye mask on if you want to put an eye mask on, sitting up or laying down, whatever's most comfortable. But if you're new to these transmissions, there's going to be a lot of new energy that keeps moving through, and there's going to be a lot of visuals and visualizations. Hopefully we'll make sure that we activate your third eye. Remember that it's not necessarily about, well, all I see is black. It's okay. Because you're using your imagination, you're using your visualization. We're going to reopen that. We're going to activate your energetic body. We're We're going to activate dormant DNA. We're going to turn you on in such a way that you have not ever really experienced your physical or energetic body connecting in with you in this way. So that's what we want to do. That's the intention. And I want you to be as relaxed as possible because it's super fun and it's super easy. All right, my loves. So let's go ahead and take a couple nice big deep breaths. Hold those intentions. Set them close to your heart. My intention is to hold beautiful and impeccable space for all of us as we shift through, allowing myself to be an absolute pure channel of divine love and grace. Offering my voice to be guided so that each and every one of the prayers and words that moves through me lands in such a way that we shift into a new frequency of our own awakening. Offering a deep bow of gratitude to the cosmos and the planetary influences and all those, keeping an eye on those so that we can use that information to best serve us. Iana ia ua pu sa ia anaki ia waha akapu su unakua I takanaki ua kanaki ia wa sa ana ia ha akapu uku utu nakai ia wa ana ia wa ua pu uku usu ukunaki a katakana ia ha akapu uku nakua ia wa na ia ha akapu utu nakai hi isi iki ia tanaki ia wa ha akapu yoa yoa ia Yoa yoa ya ya, yoa yoa yo. Feeling into that center of your own heart space as you connect in with that intention, and go ahead and let it go. Let that intention go. Let it manifest into the world. Let it be released from your hands. Let it be released from your awareness. Giving yourself an opportunity to connect your root chakra all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia. Feeling that connection all the way down to the center of the earth. Allowing all that is you to beam, to be bright, to be illuminated, to be in love, to be powerful in your own divine wisdom and your own divine grace. Connecting into the infinite being of all that is there within you. Knowing that your soul resides in the center of your own heart space. So any and all heart guards, any and all barriers, any and all pain points that are there inside your heart, as you go deeper and deeper and deeper into the inner workings of your heart, acknowledge where you have built walls, acknowledge where you have built those barriers, and acknowledge where those guards are sitting and resonating. Maybe you built them when you were 10, maybe you built them when you were 15. And you're carrying them around yet completely unconscious to these barriers that are keeping out joy, that are keeping out opportunities, that are keeping you from really being able to truly see the power and the magnitude of the safety of your full expression. Our ego's job is to make sure that we are safe. This is where our fight or flight mechanism comes in. It is biologically programmed into our genetic makeup that when a negative experience happens, to hold on to that understanding so that it doesn't happen again. So this is by no means something that we are here to shame ourselves for or to say that the ego is bad. That is not the case at all. The ego is our ally. Our ego is also part of our entire makeup. So as we learn to connect our heart, our intuition, and our egoic maturity into a powerful thread of alignment, meaning that they are all working together in unison, the head, the heart, and the intuition, that's when you know that you've got it. Ia anaya ha'akapu usu ukunakua I ukuana uapu uku utu uku umua Ia yanaya uapuaka Ianaya aka anakai Isu unu upu uku unu Anakai inaki yawa uapu uku ukua Isayana aka anaya uapua Ikua utunu upu ukua haakanasai. Iawa haaka anaya haakapu ukuana. I aka eanaya wa ua haaka. Isusu unu uapua. Ususu ua uampu na akaya. Breathing in deeply and allowing these guards, these barriers around your heart to just gently melt and go for the easy ones. The easy ones, maybe you got in an argument with your sister when you were 8 years old. Whatever created a contraction in that heart space, go for the easy ones so that you can learn that when you are connecting in that deep, deep, deep heart space within, that it's safe to let go of the barriers. It's safe to dissolve the guards. What this does is it creates a larger field of magnetism within your own heart, that instead of magnetizing circumstances that validate the guards, you actually release the frequency that is carrying the barrier itself. So when you release the frequency of it, you no longer are magnetizing from that subconscious place that would reaffirm or revalidate that you need these guards or barriers. This is how we are growing and evolving into a telepathic field of awareness. In the fifth dimension, the space that exists outside of material form, all thought forms are energy. So all energy is completely telepathic. It is completely transparent. It is all seen. All emotions are experienced by each other and others. There is nothing to hide. So in this human experience, where we feel shame and we feel judgment and we feel jealousy or we feel anger, we feel these emotions that have all gotten a bad rap, we can lean into them, know that we are whole in our totality, and that all parts of us are welcomed at all times. Yani iawa haaka unakai asutun uapuaka akanayawa. Let's take a couple of nice, big, deep breaths, just slowing down, feeling yourself acclimating to the energy field that is here, that is present, that is alive. Ayawa anaya wa uapukua sa anai ki ituapua sa aka uapua haani yo ayo 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 na yo ayo nia wo yo ya yo ya nia wa yo nia yo ya yo ayo na ya yo wa no yo na yo wa na ya na yo wa nia wa yo wa pu pu ya ya yo ayo na ya wa yo. Bringing in the frequency of forgiveness, the agent of change. Acknowledging that forgiveness itself is just simply saying, I let you off. I often envision the moment before forgiveness as a tug of war. That there's an energetic connection between you and another person, where there's a grudge, there's a wall, there's a barrier. Opening that field of awareness to your own divine connection. Opening, allowing, connecting, again, connecting root chakra down to the center of Mama Gaia. This grounding cord is what is releasing all of the energy that we are moving through. It's like a car wash, what you are washing off, what you are scrubbing out, what you are cleansing from your field, you allow to go all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia, allowing yourself to be held in a deep space of divine resonance, allowing yourself to be nurtured in a very powerful field of your own kinetic energy. And you can choose to let go of as much as you possibly can in this moment, and you can choose to hold on to everything. It's your choice. When you give yourself permission, like, let's get the most out of this. You're here, let's do this. You can give yourself full and 100% permission to be released and to let go. letting go of what no longer serves, letting go of old subconsciously held beliefs. We're just doing a clean, clear sweep here. Aiawa anai ukua anakai asana uapuaka. There's an awareness that they want me to speak about rigidity, where there is an unmovable quality, and this is like beyond a boundary. This is, the boundaries, we can create boundaries, and boundaries can move around as we get to know people. Maybe we didn't have a boundary and we want to set one. Maybe we set one and we realize it's okay to move that boundary. Maybe we want that person in a little bit closer. So we can choose to move these around. And the rigidity that is like an absolute no, that comes from a hard, fast judgment, is often coming from a place of deep, deep, deep internal pain. So we want to acknowledge that piece. We want to say hello to it. Say hello to any space inside of your body where you're feeling that rigidity, or you're feeling an immovable frequency, an immovable, this is a, I'm going to grip onto this for as long as I possibly can, because this is my illusion of safety. Just lean into that. What arises for you as you hear those words? When we are emanating and we are in a bright, illuminated space of love, compassion, kindness, we allow ourselves the opportunity to not just see ourselves, but to see all of those around us more clearly. Yanai wa oapuaka, aisa nai akua. Are you willing to surrender and lay down your sword? Are you willing to stop fighting? And maybe you're not only willing, but maybe that is actually a really deep subconscious desire. Because when we start learning about compassion, when we start learning about forgiveness, and we start connecting in to the power that these divine feminine qualities evoke within us, that the frequency of compassion that Kuan Yin embodies, and the frequency of compassion that Kuan Yin leads us into and teaches us about ourselves, dissolves any conflict on contact. It is immediately dissolved. It is immediately released. The potency of divine safety that exists in embodied compassion is truly unparalleled. And this is yes, in any and all circumstances. When we start experiencing this world, this planet, this existence, this experience by means of energy and frequency, and we start seeing that the frequency of force actually cannot push compassion. It's like throwing a piece of paper into lava. It's just going to completely dissolve. It's going to completely transmute. It's going to completely change form. It's not going to be what it once was. And that's the power that compassion has, the frequency of compassion. Now we get caught up in our minds when we're like, well, you want me to show this person compassion? And we get a little bit into the drama. Breathe through that. To pause and to breathe in compassion in any moment before responding is a powerful, powerful, powerful frequency. It's a powerful, powerful, powerful opportunity. Ianakai, Ianakai, Iwa Puaka, Usukunakai, Itatakiani awa Ua Puaka, Ana Aka, Ua Pu Ukua, Aya Niki, Asana, Iawa Awa Puaka, Ikayana, Ia Akapu Uasa. So breathing in deep and allowing yourself to surrender yet again, peeling away another layer, going even deeper this time as you breathe down through your root chakra all the way down to the center of the planet and simply let go. Simply let go. Allow yourself to be held by the sounds of the crystal tones, activating and opening up your third eye. Some of us, we need to crack it open. For some of us, we need to stop using fluoridated toothpaste, which affects our pineal glands. Our pineal glands is the projector. It is the 3D. It is that within our physical body that is our third eye. Just taking a moment to connect in and see what you see, notice what you notice about your own pineal gland. So when you crack the lens or the fog or the lid off of your pineal gland, you are giving yourself such a powerful opportunity to breathe in, surrender from your root all the way down to the center of the planet, offering a deep sense of spaciousness and grace to the openness of all that is alive and here for you. Yanai uapua sa tatanakai isa nihi iaka uapua hanayawa ua akai asanaka ua onakai uapu uku unuku apu ukua. Allowing more of the divine radiance of your higher self to come into your physical body. As you have made room and you have released old frequencies, you have now created a spaciousness inside of your body, inside of your energetic field, to embody more of your highest light, to embody more of your precious understanding, to embody more of your own awareness of this universe that we are living in. And all the frequencies of love, kindness, and illumination that we share in such a powerful way. Iaka, Iaka, Ukua, Aisanai, Isanai, Uapa, Ikayawa, Puutuku, Puunakai, Satana Akatana, Uapua, Akatana, Ia Aka, Uapu, Uku, Uku, Unuku, Uku, Ukunakai. And allow yourself to feel into what that sensation is to embody your higher self. Your higher self is you. You are your higher self. The distinction of awareness that creates a separateness is the idea of the egoic mind. And the idea of the egoic mind is something that attaches an identity to a name, a label. And I can tell you that shifting from Samantha to Sitara gave me the opportunity to walk between worlds, walk between realms. Because as neither resonated for a minute, I recognized that I am not my name. I am the space in between. Notice what you're feeling. Feeling the spaciousness inside of your heart. That pause to take a moment to explore around inside of your body. As you're feeling this energy that's here with us now. Maybe you feel even more ready to open your heart even more. Say, yes, I'm willing to receive me. I'm willing to receive me fully. I'm ready to receive my activated sense of well-being. I'm ready to receive my generous sense of self-compassion. I'm ready to receive the power that is inside of my own heart, the power that is inside of my own divinity. To be able to serve, to be able to feel more deeply. To be able to honor all that is me in all forms at all times. Allowing all distortions of force, all distortions of manipulation to be met on contact with the divine compassion that is embodied in my higher self-awareness. Anakai uapotakanekia wa akanakia wa haakapu usutunukai iakanakai. So calling in the Ascended Master of Kuan Yin, we've been really connecting a lot with her frequency in this transmission. We're going to go ahead and speak her mantra 7 times to evoke and invite her to be here with us in this space. If you know it, you can say it with me. If not, simply just relax and receive. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Just a few more because it feels really lovely. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Feel what you feel. Notice what you notice. Is there a new energy present? Do you just simply feel a subtle shift in the frequencies, the sensations that you are feeling? Oatanakai uapu ukuana ha'a asana akapu ukunakia isatanikia ha'aka oapuanakai itakariki anakai usana aku apu ukua anakai ia ua anai ikia ha'akanai isa nuapuaka anakai asasanaya iwa ua ia uai iwai uai uai uai. Breathing in deep, feeling your body expand and contract as you can feel that on the cellular level inside of your physical form, you are accelerating. You are opening to a new divine presence. You are connecting into that deeper space within your own soul resonance. Breathe deep. Find that space of love and generous compassion within. Anakawapuaha na asa ana ikia atunakai. Uapu adanakai itadaki aniawa akua. Ikua sanakai itana iawa haakapu ususunakua. Yawayanai. Yawayanai. Yawayowai. Yawayowai. Yawanowai. Yoayo. 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 Take a couple nice big deep breaths. If it feels right to place your hands on your heart, go ahead and do so. You can also rub your palms together, activating your hand chakras, and place your hands palm face up to signify your openness to receive a healing for a divine ascended master Kuan Yin. Allowing her to dissolve any sensations or any feelings that are obstructing your pathway to peace and absolute harmony within your physical body, within your emotional body, within your pain body, and your causal body awareness. Let's even activate a healing of the astral body. Purification, connection, divine presence, activated grace. Be still in the illumination of your heart. Be still in the illumination of your mind. We'll take a couple moments where I will stop using words. We'll sit here in silence as well as with this toning bowl. Just know that I have not gone anywhere, that we are feeling the connection within the container, and that all that is available here to you is available to you in absolute divine, compassionate love, health, and well-being. Allowing yourself to go deeper within, being led by Kuan Yin, even being led, allowing your consciousness to be led by your own higher self, remembering that you are your own guru, that you have all free will choice. As you allow yourself to go on this journey with Kuan Yin, exploring the depths of your own energetic awareness, the depths of your own connection to your sovereignty as an individual being, embodying life force energy on this planet. Allowing the power that is illuminated in your heart to be brilliant, to be radiant. Feel what you're feeling. Notice what you notice. Breathing in and allowing the serenity of your own heart to be open. To be deeply felt. To be nurtured in powerful grace. Ai kua anai, a kua anai, ianakai ua sa anai, io kua ua tanakai, I tutukunukai, io wa tanakai, I tarake, anake ua pua sa anakai, ia tanaki, ia wa haaka pu usutotake, ia wana ai, ia wa haaka anaki, ia wa haaka, ia ana haaka ua pua aka pu ukunai. I'm inviting Kuan Yin to come in a little bit closer to my field to share and transmit a message that she would like to share. She's saying, be open to the root of divine love. When you focus on the presence of divine love, it grows. When you focus on what is working, it grows. There is divine love present in your field right now. And as you feel that connection to the presence of divine love, we encourage you to lean in. We encourage you to open your heart. We encourage you to feel more of the sensations that are here, dissolving all limits, so that the wisdom of your grace can be expanded and shared and served to those around you with eyes to see and ears to hear that are ready to experience the presence of your divine grace. Ia ua anaya ua pu usu ukuana, itana akawa ua sa anaya, hiwa anaya wa ua pua, ia anai itini ia wa haaka, ia sa anai I kua anakai, itunu ua pu ukutanaki ayaka nia wa haa, I asana ia wa ua pua aka anakaya, ia tanaki ia wa akua, ai sutunu ua pu uku uanai, I a anai, I ua ana ayawa. So breathing deep in love, breathing deep in compassion, breathing deep into the love within your own heart. Allowing what is alive inside of you to be present. Allowing what is alive in you to come to the surface. Allowing what is alive in you to be brought to the forefront of your own health and well-being. And just simply gently, if you feel any resistance show up, just very, very gently open to that resistance and let it come out. You're in a container right now that is very supportive to healing. So any and all areas where you find there is maybe just a piece of density or something hard or that feels rigid or immovable, go ahead and just simply allow that. You can watch it turn into liquid, you can watch it fall down your root chakra or all the way down to the center of the earth. You can simply show it to Kuan Yin, ask for her to help you dissolve it. But know that you are deeply supported in this moment. You are deeply, deeply, deeply loved, and you are able to offer all that is available to you, all that is open for you in your own heart space to be that of clear, guided intention, to be that of clear, guided unification, to be that of clear, intentional focus and presence, to all that is in a unified field of our own divine love and presence. Anakai ua pua anahi ia wa ua pua sa anai. Itu anakai ia wa tanaki ia haakanakai sa anaki wa akapu ukutakanake. Atu anakai iwa tua tukanake onaki wa haakapu sutanaki. Aqua poana haakapu ukua haanakai. Sisi anakai iwa puaka aniawa haakua ia ua aniawa. Finding those limits of where your imagination is able to go, and when you go as far as your imagination will allow, know that your imagination is the only thing that is limiting you in your ability to co-create with the universe right now. Allowing yourself to expand your consciousness, allowing yourself to expand your awareness, and allowing yourself to expand your vision of what you believe is possible for you. That in all ways, in all forms, we are here gathered together in this space, in this container, in this here and now moment, to be able to support not only ourselves but also each other by showing up with this way and showing up in the experience that we are supporting each other's prayers as we are supporting our own. So allow yourself to expand that imagination. Allow yourself to be guided by your own higher self to say, this is what you think is possible, but let's go ahead and see maybe this is possible. And if this is possible, maybe this is possible. So opening your field, opening your awareness. What is it that you are giving yourself full permission to be able to see, to resonate into your own divine presence? Anakai, ua puanaki, ia wasanaki, ia tataki, anakai, wa ua huakanaki, ia sanaki, ia wa ua pua kunakua kuaka, ia nakia wa haakanakia wa ua pua. Allowing yourself to be completely illuminated and guided by divine presence. That all of your angels and all of your guides are creating that opening, that slipstream of conscious energy that is allowing all that is available to you to be open and clearly aligned, clearly connected to your own golden timeline of conscious awareness. Beautiful. Breathe in. Allow this energy to flow through your body. Wildly supportive, hugely transformative, in ease and grace as you lay there, allowing yourself to just simply be open, allowing that field to be even more open, allowing your heart to be even more open as you encourage your higher self as your very own guidance to lead you into a pathway that is going to bring a brilliance of blessings and rewards that are already destined to you just simply as your birthright for incarnating on this planet at this time. We know this is not an easy time to be alive. We know this is not an easy time to be embodied as a human. This is a period of a global great awakening. Nothing like this has ever occurred on this planet in this way. It is a powerful, powerful, powerful field that we are stepping into as the light of consciousness brings us into a higher vibrational resonance, a higher vibrational form. Itu anakai iwa akanaki atanaki awa sa akanaki aya uanakai uapu akatanaki ia atanakai iwa haakapu sutunuku a hanaki awa isanai iaka niawa akua uapu ukua. So these light codes are really deep. They're actually activating the soul memories from where your soul has embodied on other planets and other lifetimes. They're showing me that it is important to open to this awareness now so that you can understand the infinite nature of your own divine soul and also the infinite wisdom of your own higher self. That you know far more that your mind thinks it knows. You know far more than your mind has learned in this body on this planet at this time. The consciousness of your heart is so powerful, is so, so, so powerful that the more that you allow yourself to be open in the space of your own heart-centered awareness, that you can see the divine potential of all that is here for you by divine resonance of all that is. You are magnetic, you are powerful, you are captivating, you are a treasure. You are a blessing, you are a portal, you are a gateway for consciousness. You are a conduit between realms. You are nothing, yet you are everything. The paradox of duality in this world allows the pendulum to swing in so many ways. When we give ourselves the opportunity to explore ourselves more deeply, by also opening our hearts to those around us to explore their world more deeply, massive, massive, massive transition and transformation of peace and health and well-being is open for us in so many ways. Allowing for that guidance to open up, allowing for that guidance to be in true form, that all that is meant for you here is meant for you and designed in divine presence of absolute unconditional support to your heart-centered alignment. This is the core of your infinite being and the path of your divine destiny. You absolutely have a reason for being here. It doesn't mean you have to strive and push and force and hustle and do. This is not the case. This is part of societal programming. Rather, just simply your presence on this planet is enough. That you have volunteered from a higher world, you have volunteered from a higher realm of frequency. That the presence of your soul embodying on this planet is bringing more light to this world than your mind can consciously comprehend. So when you allow your mind to move out of the way and you allow your heart to anchor in the frequency of light that your body is capable of holding, which is why it is so important to eat healthy, whole fruits and vegetables, eating only the food that resonates with your body, your higher state of being. As you open, 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 breathing in deep. Yasanai iyaka uapu unu kayawa. And again, let go. Simply let go of another round. When we do this work in this way, we shift from a karmic wheel, like a karmic wheel of fate, and we actually start to embody the lessons that some of these karmic lessons were going to teach us through trial and error. So you actually start embodying the wisdom of your higher self in such a way that it speeds up the acceleration of your learning phase. And when you speed up the acceleration of your learning phase in such a way, you are able to, one, hold a much larger container for those you are meant to serve, meaning you can reach more hearts in whatever way, shape, or form that looks for you. It may even just simply by sitting in prayer at the beach. For some, it may mean doing videos like this. But when you embody these lessons and you allow your heart to speak loudly and you allow your heart to speak first, and you actually give your voice the intention of clarification to speak from your heart first and to be that conduit from the center of your heart through your voice as a channel. We all have the ability to channel. Every single human being that is embodied in this world. We all have the ability to embody our higher selves. We all have the ability to learn about the quantum field that we are living in. We all have the ability to activate our soul memories. We all have the ability to experience a near-death experience without nearly dying. We all have this ability inside of ourselves. In the same way that we all have the ability to learn another language. We all have the ability to learn how to cook. We all have the ability to learn how to play a game. These are skills that we as beings on the leading edge of consciousness are learning to embody at a higher rate of presence, at a higher rate of beingness. So when we do this type of healing, when we focus on the frequency evolution inside of our own bodies, That evolved frequency brings us into such a different field of consciousness, such a different field of awareness, that we actually allow our hearts to open to learn from the lessons of the universal fields, of the quantum fields, that embodies a different level of intelligence that is spoken through our words, that is embodied through our mind. And you will notice that you do things a little bit differently, or the procrastination isn't there as long, or the resentments fall away easier, or grudges aren't held, or you're willing to resolve conflicts rather than to sit in them for long periods of time. There's a different level, I call this spiritual maturity. There's a different level of spiritual maturity that takes place when we focus on our healing, specifically in this way. So you are embodying the presence of your ultimate light. There are no negative side effects, other than maybe the things that are in your life right now that are not in alignment with that will fall away. But ultimately, embodying your highest light and embodying your highest state of presence is the greatest gift that you can honor anyone, and mostly yourself. That you chose to come here to ascend. You chose to come here during this time, during this great awakening, to be able to experience and learn how to embody your highest light, embody your highest presence. Of course, there is, as I've mentioned, a course that will help bring you into the awareness of how important that is, and how to anchor those frequencies, how to anchor those tones, how to be so clear within yourself that you are unwavering to lies, to deception, to manipulation, so that you can discern more clearly how to navigate the waters of this world where we are being pulled in so many different directions and our attention is being manipulated and misguided. But it is up to us to use our sovereignty to choose autonomy for ourselves, to be able to see clearly through the smoke and mirrors. Your intuition always picks up on the truth of energy. Energy never lies. Frequency is frequency. That's what it is. There is nothing in between any of that. It always checks out. Always. It may not lead you to what you thought you were being led to, but it always checks out. It always leads you into what it is that you are ready to experience for yourself or embody in a higher level of conscious awareness. So tuning into that field is so powerful. So, so, so powerful. As you are such a powerful, radiant being. You are such a powerful, radiant being of light. And I'm here to do everything I can to help walk us through that field of awareness so that you can remember your true light, you can remember your true nature, and you can embody that true nature. In every single step that you take, in every single conversation that you have, in every single journal entry that you write, every single phone call that you make, that you embodying your highest light is not a periodic thing. In the beginning, it will be intermittent. And the more that you learn what the sensation of that embodiment is, and what the sensation of that embodiment feels like, you will really be able to feel into and understand that you are a cataclysm of grace. You are a supernova of absolute power and compassion. All that is meant for you is here for you to simply receive. To just simply receive. That's all you have to do is receive. And sometimes for some of us, learning to receive is like the hardest thing that we can do. But here we are, doing it. So with that, I'd like to slowly invite you, slowly invite you to start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feels right to you, go ahead and start writing in your journal whatever you feel to write. If you have a piece of chocolate or something close by, now is a good time to snack on that to help bring you into the full feeling sensation of your body. Take a glass of water, maybe stretch. Gentle, 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 gentle movements. Go ahead as you're doing this, do a body scan. Scan your head, scan your body from the crown of your head down to the bottoms of your feet. And just simply feel what you feel, notice what you notice. What feels different. And wherever there is spaciousness, feel into that divine guiding light that opens you, opens you, opens you, opens you into a field of your own present awareness. And we're just going to very gently take our time, slowly integrating what was felt, slowly integrating what was experienced. Slowly integrating all that is you. Allowing the sensation of your own heart space to be clear in your intention of grace. Oh, Iggy, so good to see you here, my love. Yes, you're very welcome. The power and the presence that moves us forward. The power and the presence that moves us along. The power and the presence that honors our highest grace. Taking a nice big deep breath. And go ahead and use your hands, touch your face, touch your head, maybe even tap on the crown of your head. Say hello. You can even tap through the EFT points if you know those. Just anchoring this energy in. We'll go ahead and just even simply say, it is done, it is done, it is done. By the power of three, perfect Trinity, it is done. Oh, beautiful. Yes, you're so very welcome for the frequency of forgiveness and the agent of change. It is such a powerful frequency when we learn to allow, when we soften those guards and we soften those barriers, to just simply release, dissolve, surrender, be in that state of pure presence, be in that state of pure light, be in that state of pure and absolute brilliance. Beautiful. And I do want to encourage you, if you haven't already, please enroll into the 7 Weeks to Embody Your Higher Self course. You can find it in the description of the videos, all my recent videos, as well as I'll put it in the description for this one. It really will bring you into a new state of awareness of the embodiment with yourself. It's a powerful experience. It's a powerful expression that you get to do on your own. And when you have those recordings, you can come back and listen to them as many times. And the way that I also, even these transmissions, the way that I describe them is that the first time you listen, there will be like one layer that gets peeled away because your emotional capacity and your egoic consciousness is able to receive only so much, which is a beautiful thing because it doesn't overwhelm our systems. So you can come back to these teachings, still battling like one mosquito here. You can come back to these teachings and you can listen to the same transmission and have a completely different experience because a deeper layer, there's a part of your consciousness that already knows that it's safe, that you can go into this, and another layer will come through and another layer will come through. So I really, really would love to encourage you to, yes, tune into these more often, to the frequency that is also supportive to you as a responsible self-healer. You don't want to do so much that it spins you out. I've done that so many times where I just then cannot move for the rest of the afternoon. And it's quite funny when you knock your socks off in that way. But at the same time, we want to make sure that there's still movement, for you to be able to be in action if need be. And this is also why I encourage to do these meditations oftentimes in the evening, so that you can simply integrate and go right to sleep. So for those of you that are here with me live, please of course remember to like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. But please feel free to share any comments, any questions that you may have while we have another about 10-15 minutes as we're coming back into our bodies, coming back into our awareness. I'd love to hear from you. This one really, I just feel so good right now. It feels so nice to be able to share this space with you guys. It really is like my absolute most favorite thing in this world to do. And so, of course, if you can share these experiences with your friends, your families, your loved ones that are ready to experience these frequencies, ready to experience this healing, it would be very, very, very much appreciated. My goal right now is to monetize this YouTube channel, which means I need to boost my watch hours, which means more people need to watch the videos. And it's going well. It absolutely is going well. But my goal to do that, and the reason for that is, you know, I have these advanced level trainings, I have these other courses and things that are available. But for me, it feels more right to just make this information as readily available as possible. And so in doing so, your support in that is greatly and deeply appreciated, to be able to get the ball rolling so that I can, like I said, again, offer more of these while my time is honored and I'm able to be in a comfortable position as well to share with you in this way. It's quite a fun leap of faith, I will say, of what feels intuitively aligned to share with you in this way. So any and all support that you are able to share and reciprocate is very, very graciously received and very much appreciated. And so what that looks like I said, watching the videos here on YouTube, sharing with friends, joining the 7 Weeks to Embody Your Higher Self course. You can even just simply send donations through Venmo, PayPal, or Revolut, whatever works for you. As like I said, they're all graciously received, and helps keep this movement moving forward until some of those other opportunities come in. I'm also going to ask if anyone knows of a publishing company or publisher. I have about a book and a half written that I would love to get out there as well. And so if there are any leads or connections, I don't want to go through the self-publishing route. I really would love to have more support in how that gets out into the world. So yeah, just simply calling in, gently and elegantly asking, taking my Wonder Woman cape off and saying, let's do this together. Yes, Christine, you are so very welcome, my love. So, 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 so very welcome. So how's everyone feeling? If we're all feeling good, we can go ahead and shift out of this about 10 minutes early, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. We've been doing some live readings. Ted, good, awesome. We've been doing some live readings here on YouTube as well. It's been so much fun. So I do plan to do a lot more of those, as it always triggers me into another stage of my own evolved growth as well. So please tune into those. Catch me on Instagram is the easiest platform to get the notifications. If you're on the email list, I'll let you know, but I don't always notify about the lives. So I might be just making a schedule to do the live readings maybe twice a week, and then we'll pop up at other various times. Like I said, I really want to offer more support to my community in this way, while we continue to expand. Grassroots effort here. So would absolutely love, love, love that support. So yes, I did look into that publishing opportunity, and it's still it's still kind of a self-publishing situation. um, so with that, my sweet friends, let's go ahead and just let's take a couple nice big deep breaths. And we'll go ahead and close out with a bit of a prayer. Let's see what else wants to come through. Yeah, they're just showing me be gentle, be easy with yourselves. There is also a message about water, being very clear and intentional with the water that you're drinking. Make sure, if you can, to up level your water source so that you're getting clean, clear, pristine, healthy, vibrant, living water. That's going to really help shift shift your physical body. So when we do this kind of healing, when we do this kind of activation, we are opening our cells to a particular resonance. So what our cells were resonating at before has now just shifted. It's now uplifted. So that particular frequency, then those cells that are not there start to die off and they slough through our body. So it's really, really, really important to make sure that you are drinking enough water and eating very easily digestible foods, preferably a lot of fruit, to be able to move these dead cells or these dormant cells, these past cells, down through your body. All of the emotions that we released are held in a cellular level inside of our physical bodies. So in that awareness, as we are shifting into this new presence, this new conscious frequency, the other thing that is taking place is that our physical body is also upgrading with us. So this is why you might need to sleep a little bit more. I do encourage you to stay away from sugar, processed meats, alcohol, absolutely. Any form of numbing substance, whether it be weed or whatever it is that you're doing to kind of, let's say, take the edge off. Be present with the edge. Be present with the edge. If you have anxiousness, there's a reason for it. If you have feelings of doubt or fear, there's a reason for it. Lean into them. Come back to these meditations. Come back to these transmissions. Let your intuition guide you into which one to listen to at which day. But there will be a message in there that encourages you to find that courage inside of yourself, that bravery inside of yourself, to feel all of your emotions, to feel all the feelings that is important for you to feel, so that you can be more resilient during this time. Resilience is something that once embodied, you are always resilient. You know you're going to be able to get through anything. So when we choose to not take the shortcuts, when we choose to not take the emotional or energetic shortcuts, we're actually building confidence inside of ourselves that we know how to handle situations, that we know how to show up, that we know how to be consistent. So with that, drink as much healthy, vibrant, living water as you can. Be a water snob, it's okay. Eat very, very healthy. Watch what you're consuming through media, and really allow yourself to experience as much grounded presence in your body as possible. And that will really keep all of this moving forward with so much more grace and so much more presence than we have ever known or experienced to be. So with that, my sweet loves, I want to just simply let you know that I will always be here with you. I will always be present with you. I will continue to show up as long as we are experiencing this world in the way that we are experiencing this world. And I will do my best to continue to support as many souls as I possibly can through this period of the Great Awakening into our field of remembrance. Waking up through the amnesia is something that all of us need to do. So when we wake up through the amnesia and we start remembering who we are, our lives truly begin to change. And we recognize that we are the conscious co-creators of our own reality. And once we really, really, really acknowledge and remember that we have chosen to be here for a very specific reason, again, those doors of opportunities really start opening for us so much more seamlessly and so much more easily. We find that path of fulfillment. All right, my love. So let's take another nice big deep breath together. And as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is very much complete. All right, my loves, I will see you again very soon. Mwah. Ciao.